great team. So I have a workout snack for you today. Today we're going to be doing a kettlebell complex. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the moves that we have in the workout, and then I'll explain to you what the setup of the complex is. So it's very simple, 3 moves. We're doing a single arm clean, a offset step back lunge, and an overhead press. And then you're going to be doing that in a complex for a certain number of rounds. So to start off, I am just going to go through the form points of those 3 moves, and then I'll explain how we put it into that complex. So first up, you have your single arm clean. Remember, we're thinking of this as a power move. So we want set up between the feet, between the ankles, handles parallel to the feet. So we start by sending our butt back, thumb back, chest up. We want to think power through the legs. So we're driving the feet down into the ground, and we're jumping without leaving the ground, getting that bell floating up to the racked position. So that is our single arm clean. Every time back down to the ground, find that tension, keeping the elbow tight through the body. You want to keep a loose grip on the handle so that kettlebell floats to the racked position. So that is our single arm clean. So then we have a step back lunge. This is going to be an offset step back lunge, which means that the working leg is opposite of where the load is. So this is an offset load. So we have it in that racked position. Offset means that you're stepping back with the same leg that you're holding the bell on, so the working leg is offset to that kettlebell. So that's your step back lunge. Remember, we don't want to go too deep into it. We want to step back to a distance where we find that bottom position. You're in about a similar position as your split squat. Back knee should just kiss the ground. Again, front leg is your working leg, so you stand up tall onto that front leg. All right, final move is your overhead press. It's going to be in a standing position because we are putting it into a complex. So same form points as your kneeling press. You want to stay really tight and braced. Start in that racked position, thumb at the collarbone. And then when you press the bell up, you want to stay braced here. Palm faces forward at the top, bicep goes to the ear or in line with the ear, and then we control it back to that racked position. So think punching the air out as you punch the bell up, keeping those ribs down, make sure you don't arch your back. So that is your single arm press. All right, so we're going to put that into a complex. Bring the board up so you can hopefully see a little better here. All right. So we have 2 options for the workout today. One where you are just working with the complex, just with the kettlebell. And that's going to be about a 15-minute workout with what I have written on the board here. If you have a little bit more time and you want to incorporate some running into the workout, then I have a second option down there that I'll go over after the first one. So if you're just working the complex, this is again about 15 minutes. The way it works, you're going to do 3 rounds of the complex, which the complex is single arm clean, step back lunge, and press. And then you go back to your clean and you do that again on the right side. So single arm clean, step back lunge, press 3 times. Then you put the bell down and switch sides. Then you go left arm, single arm clean, offset step back lunge, press 3 times. And then you rest for about 30 seconds. So I like to have a clock running always to kind of keep track of where I am in a workout and also keeping track of my rest. You don't have to, you can kind of just gauge what feels good for you for 30 seconds about rest. And then you go back to it. So it's 10 rounds total, that's what I have written here. But again, it kind of depends on how much time you have and what you're trying to work with here. You could always do less rounds. So think 5 to 6, I would say minimum 4 to get a good amount of work in, but definitely not more than 10. If you do want to do a longer workout, I would suggest going to option 2, which is going to incorporate some running. So that's option 1 where we're just using the complex. Option 2 is going to be probably more like 20 minutes if you do what's written on the board here. So what we do is 3 rounds of the complex. So 3 reps on the right, 3 reps on the left, rest for 30 seconds. You do that 3 rounds. And then you go for a shakeout run. So I would say 1 to 2 minutes, kind of an out and back run, or if you have a short loop in your neighborhood around the block or something. Then you come back in, rest for about a minute, and do another 3 rounds, another run, and then one more time, another 3 rounds, and then a run. So you're getting 9 total rounds of the complex and 3 shakeout runs in that mix there. So those are your 2 options. What I'm going to do right now is go through the complex 1 time with you so you can kind of see how the flow goes, and then yeah, you can kind of just keep going with it for whatever amount of time you have, however amount of rounds you want to go through. All right, so setting up. Before you do anything, guys, make sure you've gotten good and warmed up. Do a good warm up first. So we go butt back, knees bend, thumb back, lots of tension here at the bottom. Good strong clean to get it up. Offset step back lunge, brace, press. Same thing, same side. Clean, offset step back lunge, press. One more time. And then we switch sides. So that was 3 reps. Go to the other side. Last rep. Brace. All right, so that's 1 round. And here's where you take about a 30-second rest. Take a couple breaths, grab water if you need it, and then you go back to it. So like I said, depending on what time you have, I'd say anywhere from 5 to 10 rounds. That round should take you about a minute, and then you got about 30 seconds rest, and then you just repeat. All right, have fun.